Oh, hey, yeah, it's me again. To tell another long story. Actually, it's going to be a short story. There actually is a story about short stories. So I read this. Well, more specifically, in college, first year college, second semester, everyone was required to take this writing course. Everyone who goes to this school that I went to uh, for my degree in underwater basket weaving with a minor in basket weaving studies. Anyways, basket weaver studies. Sorry. Um, and so part of that was to read a bunch of these short stories, and the vast majority of them, like in a tiny little book, like I don't know, 10, 20 pages, and like one of them is like a dude in a car going fast get caught up by a BMW. Another one is we're talking about the troubles in Ireland, and I shot a guy, and he's my brother. And so, like a lot of these short stories, like a lot of talking, a lot of the things about the story, and it's for like a punchline. Like short stories, at least to me, like they all seem like they're a joke in terms of like what they're building towards and like how they're assembled. So I was thinking of like this really prevalent thing that happened when I was, oh, I don't know, somewhere between 16 and 20. I don't remember exactly when. So I lived next to a wetland, and there's always waterfowl, critters, rabbits, coyotes, things through that wetland. Occasionally you get like beautiful herons. Occasionally you get giant bald eagles. Like we're talking like bigger than what they say on Wikipedia in terms of size of the eagles. Like insane, unbelievable size critters. Um, so this is the short story. It's called "The Time I Saw a Crow Get BTFO'd by a Hawk." So the title of the story tells you what's going to happen in the story. So great short story. You know, John dies at the end or whatever the fuck that thing's called. Um, so I'm looking at this hawk circling around over this water, protected wetland, swamp. It's a swamp, protected wetland area, and he's like circling around, and always crows. Like if there's like an eagle or any large bird, the crows are just always irritating the hell out of hawks. So I'm looking at this hawk, and he's pretty low, low enough that I can tell he's a hawk. And I see these crows around, and then way up high, there is another hawk, and just enough where I could like tell. If I'm not a avian furry person, but you could tell if you know enough about birds, which I'm an entry level bird. I studied basket weavers. I know what an entry level bird looks like. So entry level bird knowledge here is that I could tell it was a hawk, and I could tell it was really high, like really high up there, like barely a speck. And so they got this other hawk down here, circling around. Crows are like jumping on it, irritating it and stuff. And I'm staring at the speck, and I watch it. Describing it as I watch the speck come closer is a great under exaggeration of what happened. Essentially, in maybe two blinks of an eye, it went from speck to full size hawk, and it grabbed one of the crows and just took it down below the tree line past a house. And the other crow started to go off, and then the hawk came back and got the other crow. And that was one of those things where you're just like hanging out outside, you watch it happen, and it's like no one would ever believe me. I could take a video of this and no one would believe me that this happened. And that's a short story. I didn't bore your time with all this ridiculous stuff that doesn't matter. But yeah, there's a good short story for you. The time I watched crows get BTFO'd by a hawk. And now for your critical listening questions. What happened at the Potsdam conference?